Welcome to First Frames First, episode 54.
My name is Adrain Constantin.
So did you know that I think it's Jason Gren is,
Jason Green?
it
in
is,
French?
well, it means something in French, and I
Oh.
can't remember, but I think it has something to do with homosexuality, if I remember correctly.
Oh, you should totally be that.
100%. If I recall correctly, it made the French people giggle.
Oh, when
Yeah.
you say, okay, cool.
Well, no, they would say it. They'd be like, Jason Gren. And
That
they
was
would
a
just
very
love that.
French giggle.
Totally.
So in this episode 54, Jason and I are just going to run through a little bit of the wrapping of Shifted, which
Yes.
is now officially wrapped.
Very excited.
There's still a huge mountain to climb with making the movie and getting it out there.
You guys might notice we're wearing the same shirts that we were wearing 2 weeks ago.
That's right, because we're double podcasting. Yes. So we're just going to run through the final showdown with Shifted and talk about it, and then plans for what's coming up next, because it was awesome.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Who are we?
Nobody's.
Speak for yourself.
Okay. We're Canadian filmmakers with the dream of surviving financially on the backs of our films.
Welcome to our show where we bring people along on our film journey.
Maybe we can learn a thing or two.
Maybe we can teach people a thing or two while drinking beers.
I mean, if you can't drink beers while filmmaking, what's the point?
We are Fable Forest Films, failing our way to success.
Welcome to Jurassic Park. I mean, our show. First Frames First.
Jason.
Welcome. Haven't seen you in a while.
Totally. It's like we've been making movies for years and years and years.
It was funny. Earlier, I mean, we're doing 2 podcasts in a row. Last week, our special guest that was on was Tony White, and he was doing a
casting tape?
thanks, for this movie that we are absolutely not going to talk about who's in it or whatever, because we don't know if he's gotten the role yet. But it was funny because we had the video camera, we were laving him up so that we'd get good sound, and when we put it on, both of us snapped our fingers to see if there was any audio going on, and he just thought that was funny. And I think it's something I picked up from you just to test to make sure I can see the
thing happening.
The audio happening for the mics or whatever.
Audio meter.
Anyways, it was just kind of funny.
Yeah.
So we just wrapped
Principal photography.
on our 3rd feature film, Shifted,
Yeah.
which is huge.
Yeah.
How do you feel?
Do you know what? It was a complicated. You see, the thing is that. So we've had 4 shoot days in this year.
Yeah, it was supposed to be 4.
And it technically was 4, except that the last day ran long, which meant we ran into the next day. But we were on set for 1 period.
We were.
We had 4 periods where we were on set.
Yes.
Anyway, so I will just say that the last day, everything went fine. But right towards the end of the day, when things were going really long, we had equipment malfunction. We had been in a private home for a really, really long time. It really got pretty stressful.
Yeah, totally.
Towards the end there. And I'm not going to lie, I kind of wanted to burst into tears a little bit. I felt it, right?
Mm-hmm.
I felt kind of that feeling inside where you just where you just want the tears to run out of your face. And you're like,
It's crazy,
I don't know what to do.
yeah, for
That's
sure.
how I felt.
I'm sure that for indie filmmakers, there's probably moments in each of your films where you are like, everything is going wrong, right? Mm-hmm. This is shit. We are a failure, right? 100%. You feel just like, what happens to me often is I feel very responsible for people,
Mm-hmm.
I remember I still to this day feel bad about the first movie I ever tried to make that never got finished, right? Because I feel like there's a whole bunch of people that are involved and they want
Yeah.
to see the thing that they were in
Invested
for that
time
short amount of time or long amount of time.
Yeah.
But even on our last set day, we always run behind, But strangely enough, sometimes we run behind for a minute and then for a bunch of hours, and then somehow we catch up, and some things that we thought were going to take a little longer, we catch up on, and by the end of the day, sometimes we're within an hour or two
Yeah.
of when we thought we were going to finish.
Not the last day.
Not the last day,
And I will say there are aspects that we forget when we are budgeting time.
Totally.
We forget that we need to set deck the whole room because it's not being done beforehand.
Right.
Like I thought about it, I was like, you need to allot 40 to 45 minutes for preparing the room to shoot from somebody's private residence into what the shoot room is going to look like, right?
And I actually did, like, on that particular schedule, I did plan for that. I planned for about a 45-minute setup time once we arrived, but we were late getting there, and then B, we ate as well. So we actually ate for the first 30, 40 minutes before we even started to do anything, which is totally fine. I should have accounted for that too. But I just thought, essentially what happened on our last day was we had our crew the whole day, but we had one set of cast for one sequence, and then a completely different set of cast for the rest of the sequence. So in my mind, I was like, we'll eat quick, kind of the crew, because the crew, our guys, they generally do eat pretty quick, right?
Yeah.
And often we eat between scenes and stuff like that but I think we just needed to sit for a minute and eat, and we kind of talked through some things and everything. So yeah, it was.
I would say so. We had 4 scenes, and I think we went an hour long on each scene, which pushed us about an hour late. I mean, about 4 hours late total.
Yeah, close. We were 5 hours late.
Yeah.
We were 6 hours late.
Yeah.
Yeah, we said we were going to be done by 11. We were done by 5 a.m.
4 a.m. And then a wrap out.
That's true. We're arguing. We're still mad about it. No, it's crazy, but you're right. In our final scene, we had equipment malfunction.
Yeah.
Which was very stressful. And
the problem is that the thing that becomes difficult is also when you put an actor into heavy prosthetics makeup.
Yeah.
At what stage do you put them in? And now you've prepped them and they're ready to rock. And how long are they sitting there waiting to do their thing? Right?
Absolutely. So we did have this one moment. So we had one of our monsters for one of the final scenes we were shooting.
Yeah.
And so it does take a little while to get them into their whole getup.
Yeah.
And so what we did was we had a scene that had some special effects, some blood. We did that one first. Then we were going to have a scene where there was no special effects at all, and we figured during that time our monster would get made up, right? And then we would move on to the final sequence. And just our monster showed up, and we were running, an hour and a half late on the first scene. So luckily he just got some of his stuff done, but didn't get the whole monster makeup done.
Yeah.
Then we moved into second scene, but because we're late there, he starts to get his mask on and everything like that, but now he's sitting in it, right? And then when we were running late on the third scene and we had equipment malfunction and all that kind of stuff, now we're thinking to ourselves, can we just push this scene off to another day? But unfortunately, you've got an actor who's shown up, and he had to sit without makeup, which is fine, but he had to sit without the makeup for a little while, and then in makeup I think he was in makeup for probably 2 hours at that point. So you're kind of like, we gotta do this. We can't take him out of the makeup and then everybody wrap for the day and then come back and try to do it again. So it was very frustrating. So you also feel like, did we get everything we needed? Did we get the right angles and all that kind of stuff? Probably not, but you know what? Now it's
we're gonna see what we got.
yeah.
And then we're gonna see if we can put it together in a way that doesn't hurt the movie.
Right.
And if we can, good. If we can't, we'll figure something out.
And I think that we can. I actually think, watching what we got, I think we got all the pieces that we're going to need to tell that particular piece of the story.
Okay.
And hopefully showcase everyone in a light that works, right?
Totally.
You also, I'm thinking back to last year when we had, so this Shifted's been a monster. You guys have been with us the whole time, right?
Yeah.
For anybody that's been watching the podcast for the last couple of years has been along with us on this journey through Shifted. So you guys know we did a whole sequence last year. We took a big break. We did Art of Eight Limbs in between, and then we got back to doing Shift. You want another beer?
Yeah, man. Thanks. Because so I'll just say, yeah. Finish your thought, and then I'll tell you why I'm drinking.
Yeah,
beer.
So what I was saying was
so merrily
that we, and then we came back and we finished this year when the snow flew, and but I think back to some of the monster masks that we did last year, and you guys knew we talked about them. They weren't our favorite, right? They were skull caps. They were kind of just paint and stuff.
Because we were never we didn't intend to show the monsters.
Correct.
But
you kind of saw them.
You could just see that it was a skull cap, right?
Right. And they weren't quite what we wanted. So, in my mind, I think back to the people that we had on set to be those monsters, and then I think about movies where people play some sort of character and they never get to really see themselves in the movie.
And
right?
that totally happens.
100%.
Someone will act in a scene, and then the scene gets cut.
Yeah. So I think about. We had a bunch of monsters that did a bunch of different things, and we might be able to use their shadows or their, even the ones that were in the skull caps, we might be able to do something.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But I think about that first scene that we did, that we reshot. We're not going to use any of that.
No.
Right? So
100%.
So,
it didn't work.
If there was a person that was in just that scene or whatever, they're out.
Yeah.
Right? Now you still credit them and stuff like that, but
yeah.
It's just I can understand how it'd be disappointing for some people who give their time, but at the end of the day, you need to make the best movie you can make, and that's the only thing you can do. Nobody wants to.
Yeah, and it's so funny, like even during that first scene, I remember Michael Wirtz coming to me and being like, "Wouldn't this be easier?" Because in my mind, when we had come up with and this is how we sold the concept. We explained the first scene to whoever got excited about the movie. We used this first scene explanation to get them excited.
Right.
And in the making of the movie, it didn't work.
Right.
And the suggestion that Michael made last year, which I was like, well, I mean, this is really our first scene, and we really want. Anyway, we ended up doing that first suggestion that he suggested. And now it's better now because we had snow covering the whole ground. Like I was going to need to do a lot of work on those shots to make them look like there was snow everywhere. Whereas the second time when we did it, there was snow everywhere. And it's so much simpler, but it does the job.
Yeah.
It totally does the job. And this is a lesson in indie filmmaking, 100%, is you have these grand ideas. And when these grand ideas kind of get whittled down and whittled away, you just need to preserve the very important story elements.
Right.
Like, what is the important reason for the scene existing in the movie? And how can we make that happen without all the fancy stuff? Because sometimes you can't do the fancy stuff.
Yeah.
Right? We've got what we got, but we just got to make sure that we're hitting the dramatic beats that we need.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to say the reason that I'm drinking beer heartily this evening is because we took a whole bunch of beer for the last day of shooting, but we just went so far over that we needed to shoot that scene, that final scene, and we needed to get the fuck out of the house. That's what we
really did.
We really did. We needed to.
Our hostess
was an angel.
Amazing.
She was great. But we needed to get out of her space because we had overstepped our welcome. We had overstayed 100%. Our welcome. So with that feeling in mind, we didn't have a big hurrah at the end of the final shoot day, right? We were kind of like, well, this is the end of the movie. Now everybody get out as quickly as you can. And we didn't kind of linger around because it was also 5 a.m. everybody was exhausted.
Yes.
And another realization that I've had with indie film sets is that, I mean, for the amount of money that people are getting paid, for the little bit that people are getting, you have to be cognizant of the amount that you push them. Because you and I are gunning for the best possible movie.
Right.
And they also want the best possible movie. But there is kind of a cutting point. And the cutoff point is sooner when you're getting paid less.
Totally.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
People's tolerance is less when they're getting less money.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm definitely going to be cognizant of that in the future.
Yeah.
You know?
Totally.
How hard are we going to push people?
Yeah.
Because we definitely push them. I mean, we push them to 5 a.m.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, and I even think about some of our earlier casts and just pushing people to get to a place even emotionally, where we made them amp up their game, which was amazing.
Yeah.
So that was pretty cool. But, I mean, some of our scenes are amazing. So good.
No, do you know what?
I'm very happy. We're going to make something awesome.
I'm so happy with every single scene. It is literally just that last rush scene that I'm worried about.
Yeah.
I'm feeling not like every scene is done and in the can and it's going to be perfect when there's still going to be work to be done.
Totally.
But like that's really the only scene in the film right now that I'm like eesh.
Yeah. Well, we'll see.
We will see.
I just think that from what I watched, and I know what we're trying to tell there.
Yeah. Think we can do it?
Yeah. Because the thing is, we're about to. So this was.
Yeah.
I think so.
Okay.
This was all the principal photography. So now we've got maybe a couple more scenes to shoot. We're gonna do some stop motion animation. Maybe. I don't even know if this is going to work, but we're going to try it. It's going to be our first time really giving that a shot. So we're going to try some stop motion animation. We've got a couple little scenes where we need to film something small, but we shouldn't need any actors for that stuff. And then we're moving further and further into the edit. You already have your set up, and you've been chugging along. So now it's time to get the rest of the movie into that setup, and then so we can start putting things together, and then Foley and score and all that fun stuff. So the stuff that we love to do.
Yeah.
But
man, the score is going to be a huge character on this movie.
It's going to be amazing.
It's going to be so important.
I'm excited to talk to a couple people that have expressed interest in working it. And it's going to be a lot of fun. This is going to be great. I'm really excited, and we have to hustle our asses.
I'm excited too.
We have to
move it.
We have to move it.
God,
we got lots of work to do. We got I think we might have mentioned to people, but we're doing a little bit of an edit on Art of Eight Limbs season 1 for a specific reason. We're trying to get it onto another television station.
Potentially a national network. So nothing has
international.
Nothing has been solidified yet, but potentially Art of Eight Limbs might be on a national and potentially international
television station,
television network.
And so we got to do a little bit of work there. Not tons of work, but not little amount of work either.
Yeah.
And then we also need to start prepping for Art of Eight Limbs season 2.
Deuce. I'm really excited.
I am too.
Yeah.
Now we still have to wait for a couple confirmations. However, the venue is booked, so we'll see what happens.
The venue is booked, so the event is taking place.
The big event date. If you guys remember, when we did Art of Eight Limbs season 1, we did a bunch of. For those of you who watch it, we did a bunch of interviews with the fighters, the coaches, the doctors, etc., etc. And then it all culminated in the big fight night event. And this year, in 2019, if all goes well, the big fight night's going to be September 14th.
Amazing.
So we'll see.
And it is booked.
It is booked. Yeah.
So yeah. So this is all good things. And do you know what? Yeah, man. This was our biggest project.
Huge.
Shifted was our biggest project. And you know what? We crunched the numbers for the budget, and both of us were shocked at what the budget actually was.
Do we tell people what the budget?
No.
Okay.
But we keep it silent. But
It was
I will
the biggest
say,
budget that we've ever had.
like by
A
lots
fair
of
bit.
money.
By a fair bit.
By lots of money.
Yeah.
And it just when I know that when I saw how much this movie actually cost in investment and deferred payment and in those are the two things, right?
And
There's nothing else.
Expenses
And
that are aside
expenses.
from.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's just
The expensive kind of fall under because they get paid for by the investment.
a
little
different
bit, you know.
investment, yeah. Different kind, yeah.
But it was just the total cost for the movie. I was like, no wonder movies are so expensive.
Totally. But it's also kind of cool. It puts us on.
It's amazing.
This movie was a different level
Yes.
for us.
And hopefully as we carry on growing, right?
Yeah.
And now we are going to set our goals for making the movie, and we're going to set our goals for the distribution of the movie and for how much money we would like to recoup from the movie. And once those goals are set, we're going to go.
Absolutely.
Yeah. We're dreaming big.
We're working hard.
So what the shit, man? Let's make this fucking happen.
Now, any more fun stories about Shifted? Should we have a rap party of some sort?
Yeah, we should. I mean, we should.
Now, we had actors come in from Toronto. I don't know if they're going to come up for a rap party,
No.
but our local cast and crew,
Yeah, I could go out for a beer.
yes, they can. Now, do we just do a rap party here with the beers that we have left, or do we go out somewhere?
No. Let's go. So I will say I would.
What's your favorite thing to do
Well,
for a rap party?
yeah, you got to go grab a couple beers.
Karaoke, right?
Yes,
I assume you like karaoke.
I love karaoke. Come on. Everybody loves karaoke.
Not this guy.
You don't love it? That's ridiculous. Come on.
I bet you Mike would love karaoke.
Words?
Oh, totally.
Yeah. I will tell you that I think we should all go to the Lancaster and sit around the bar and get beers. And then whoever wants to eat food can eat some food.
Man, I love eating food.
Yeah. I think we should go to the Lank.
That is a rap party I can get behind.
Yeah, we should go to the Lank.
Yeah. Okay.
Because I'd like to do that for my birthday too.
When's
So-
your birthday?
11th
March?
of March, yeah.
That seems like an appropriate time to...
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
It's coming up.
Didn't we do that last year too?
No.
We did go to the Lancaster.
We have been to the Lancaster, yes.
Did we go to the Lancaster after the wrap of Eight Limbs? Or no,
we went for an 8 Limbs meeting to the Lancaster.
Okay.
We were at the Lancaster for something, and then Chris came and met us.
It was for the wrap of Shifted last year,
No, it was not.
but just nobody came.
It was just us?
I think so.
And then we had a meeting with Chris?
Yeah.
No.
I don't know.
You're just talking caca.
I might have been. Anywho,
Anyway. But,
I'm still tired from this weekend of shooting.
do you know what I... Yes, me too. If you see me yawning, it's because I came home, I walked in the front door, and my 3-year-old daughter was standing on the stairs awake. And I was kind of like,
Oh,
no, this is terrible.
no time for sleep, Dr. Jones.
Because the thing is that I knew that my wife was working the Sunday and that I was looking after the kids all day. So with her awake, it meant that I didn't really have time for any sleep. So I did put the TV on, and I did catch 45 minutes of
Good,
Z's. And then I took cold medication to stay awake through the day. Then look after my
I
daughters.
drugged myself.
But I did go and play Ultimate Frisbee, and it was great.
And you built a bookshelf in
And
the
a book-
office.
Yes, I did.
amazing. Now there's a video online with Ryan Reynolds. Now I've told you before that I think your wife looks like Blake Lively,
Yeah.
and
And then I look like Ryan Reynolds?
no.
Well,
But there is this video online right now of, you know how much publicity he did for Deadpool, right?
Yeah,
like
yeah,
all
yeah,
kinds of
yeah,
funny
yeah, yeah.
whatever. So he's in a new movie called Detective Pikachu. It's a Pokemon movie, And are you familiar with Pokemons?
Yes, I am, but
Okay,
I'm
cool.
just so surprised Ryan Reynolds would do Detective Pikachu, a
He's
movie.
playing Pikachu. Okay.
What?
Right. So, anyways, I hate to pull up a video, but anyways, I'm gonna post it online later. But there's this hilarious moment with Blake Lively in it where Ryan Reynolds is like, "Yeah, I really get into my characters, right? And I really disappear into them, you know. So for the past year, you know, when I got the news that I was gonna play Pikachu, I was supposed to pick up my daughters from school, and I didn't because Pikachu doesn't have daughters." And Blake Lively was like, "She left our fucking kids at the thing, blah 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 blah." So, anyways, he goes on and on about talking about this movie, and he's like, and he goes something like, "You know, my daughters may never see me again, but at least, you know, when they get to watch the movie, they'll know that their dad was whatever." And Blake cuts back to Blake Lively, and she goes, "We're not gonna go see the movie." And
That's funny.
it just reminded me of Heather so much, where she was like, "I'm never seeing your movie."
Yeah, totally.
Whatever. But anyways, I mean, she had seen all the movies, but it was so funny.
And
to
Blake
just-
Lively's pretending.
yes. But it was hilarious. Anyways, I'm gonna post that video online,
That's
but it was
cool.
pretty cute.
That's awesome.
Anyways, I don't know. I'm tired. Any more stories from? Have I already asked? Sorry.
No, nothing from Shifted, but I will say that I feel good about what we did.
It was a huge mountain to climb,
Yeah,
for sure.
I do feel proud about how hard we worked, or just about making it happen, right? Because it's funny when you make a movie. It's something that I haven't realized until recently. When you are the person making the thing, a lot of people, like some people get behind it, but a lot of people are kind of dismissive of the thing that you are doing. And you have to believe in the thing that you're doing.
True.
You know what I mean? You got to be like, no, this is what we're making. This is the movie that we're making. So, yeah, I'm just happy we made this movie, man.
I love it.
I'm super
Everybody's
excited.
some people are gonna like it, and
Everybody's gonna love
I don't know
it.
about everybody, but
Yeah.
it was funny. Yeah, I got a couple messages from people that were like, "This whole experience was great.
Yeah, me
thank you."
too.
Blah blah blah. So I mean, I owe an email to the Saturday night team, just to be like,
Thank you.
I'm finally waking up, but you guys were all amazing. And secondly, just an email to the whole group. Like I put a Facebook post the other day where we were like, it's 5:50, we're wrapped, and I'm gonna go and try to tag everybody that was involved in the movie, right? Because now the thing is now there's gonna be a period of time, right, where we dive into we dive into post, and we need to have an idea of when we need to start ramping the hype machine up, right? And you know, for all of you guys that are watching our show, we've talked about this before, but we're going to start to talk about it like every podcast. You're probably going to hear about it for the next while. But we're starting a Fable Forest
Super fan
club. But essentially what you're going to be able to do is do a couple things for us. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, something like that. Essentially something that will help us know that you're paying attention out there.
Yeah, there will be like a list of 3 things that you will need to do that are free.
Yeah.
But they are like subscribe to YouTube. Then you'll probably need to
Leave a comment
on iTunes for the
our
podcast or something, and then like us on Facebook or something like that.
Yeah.
And
Something very easy. But by doing those 3 things, we're going to put and proving it to us, we're going to put your name in the credits of Shifted.
as a super fan,
Right?
under the
So
super fan section.
You don't have to act in the film. You don't have to help lug lights around or anything like that. But just for paying attention to what we're doing, you get your name in the credits. And so what we're gonna start asking our actors and our crew and the people that have been involved is to start getting their friends and family also to be super fans, get their names in the credits. And the whole idea is that we need to build machine to get the word out when we finally launched iTunes or finally launched the movie wherever it's going to be. If it's going to be in Walmart or whatever the idea is to push it, we need the majority of people to know when it's going to hit the online platforms, when they can purchase it or rent it for the first time, and that's going to help put us on lists, right? You know, top movie of the day for et cetera, and
top Canadian horror
and whatever, right? And the whole idea is, the more we can push at certain moments, the more people get to see it. The more people get to see it, the more successful the movie is, the more we end up giving our investors back, and the people who deferred some of their cast and crew payment into the movie. And then the more money we can put in the bank to push the next film forward, right? And the thing is that, you know, when we have a solid backing, we're really able to move things forward a lot easier than if you're, you know, the thing about indie filmmaking is that you start off with nothing, right? You scrounge some money together to make that first little thing. It's hard to ask people for money when you have very little, right? If you guys know about, you know, banking and all that kind of stuff, the minute you have a little bit, it's a little bit easier to get a little bit more, right? When you have a little bit more, it's easier to get even more. And so this is kind of what we've been building over the last bunch of years. And this is the whole point. So kind of a plan.
And we do totally owe a bunch of people some money.
Yeah, we do. 100%.
So hopefully the movie sells in a way that allows us to pay these people back, because that, for us, that's priority number one.
Yeah.
Everybody that has deferred or everybody that has invested equity into the movie, like, these are the people we want to give their money back.
So exciting.
Yeah.
It's our huge goal. If we can pay these people back,
it's the hugest goal of the movie.
Yeah.
It is the goal of the movie, in fact.
Yeah.
To pay every investor and everybody that deferred, and then then the movie's paid for.
Amazing.
That would be amazing.
So, what's next for us? I mean, these are the things.
These are the big things
in the pipeline that's moving. What is next stage?
So, for Shifted? No, just in general.
Yeah.
So, setting up the office. So tomorrow, setting up the office, getting the final shots for Shifted. Just a couple of the little pieces that we need.
We had snow. Today.
We had snow, and we thought
now you can go get that snow shot that we need.
Yeah. And I'm probably going to go grab a lot of plate shots of snow while we have it, because at the moment the snow is really interesting. It's like chunks of ice covered in snow, and I really like that look. So I'm going to grab a lot of plate shots of that so that we can put that use that in the compositing and stuff.
Where is Gary right now?
Gary is still buried in the backyard under the snow.
Okay.
And then, so once everything is ingested into the hard drive, and then the hard drive needs to be backed up on your hard drive.
Yep.
Then I will probably, once that's all sort of feeling good, I'll start messing with Art of 8 Limbs 2 to get those episodes sorted.
No. I mean, what's next? Are we going to start working on another movie?
What's next?
Yeah.
So, this is very exciting for us. We are going to go on a writing retreat. In April, we are going to go away for a weekend.
And have a script when we get back.
And we're going to write a whole script. And we're going to talk about the process. We're not going to break down the movie itself to you guys. We're going to keep that under wraps.
This one, yeah.
But we are going to talk about our whole process. So the way that I've always done things is I've done a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of this. All tried to, okay, here's my day. Okay, I'm going to do, a little bit of writing. I'm going to do a little bit of editing. But the point is that what happens is that you end up spreading your time over, you know what I mean? And I think we decided that we would try and change the method of doing things. The one thing that you have to do, you knock that out the park, and then you move on to the next thing, and you dive into that, and you get serious about that thing. So that's the new plan, right? So now, rather than writing a little bit every day, we're gonna finish the movie, but then at some stage we're gonna go away and we're just gonna write a script.
Yes, it's gonna be cool. We're gonna try it out.
Yeah.
We're gonna see what happens, and
Some motel in Pennsylvania, somewhere with no internet. We'll take the food with us.
I mean, there might have to be internet.
Why? Only for research.
Just for research. That's
Just for
all I'm
research.
saying.
The problem is it's a trap.
Yeah, no Netflix. That's crazy.
No, you the only things.
What are you watching on
what you
Netflix
need?
right now? Okay, keep going.
Sorry, we need to take books and information relevant to the thing that we're going to do. It's more than a weekend, isn't it?
That seems crazy.
That seems crazy.
Yeah. No. So, but it's going to be exciting. Whatever we come up with, we might be shooting this year. Who knows?
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see. We'll see what happens.
This year?
Maybe.
Jason is ambitious.
I'm very ambitious. I want to start a new movie.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of want to.
We
don't want to finish.
Everyone is really mad and does not want to shoot a movie in the winter.
Yeah. No. I'm no more next movie, no winter movie. And I know that I'm just thinking about the year in my mind. And I know that if we've got Art of Eight Limbs culmination September 14th, that means the lead up is in the summertime, which means I think that if we wanted to go to principal photography for, let's say, 2 weeks, a 2-week shoot,
Mm-hmm.
it would start end of September into first week of October. So no snow. And maybe a little chilly.
And that's better than full snow.
Yeah. Yeah. Take a week off or so after Eight Limbs. And because the other thing too is that if we did shoot Eight Limbs in September, we wouldn't have to have delivery until a few months from then. So that we'd be able to stagger and shoot for 2 weeks.
I like it. I like it.
Could be cool. Could be awesome.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Depends on the script.
the script has to be ready.
Script has
And
to
it
be.
it
has to be toit.
You guys have heard us bitch and complain for the last year about our script for Shifted and how we winged it, put it together, and even there was 2 more versions between last year when we finished shooting and this year when we shot again. So, yeah,
Had to be done.
this next script is going to be a little tighter. Adrian got into doing storyboards. Very cool. I'm excited to see more storyboards for this next script and subsequent scripts. So yeah, should be cool.
I have
Very exciting.
I have a new philosophy on making movies. Actually, mirroring the Pixar style, the way that Pixar makes movies, and Disney, in fact.
Very cool.
Yeah,
I mean,
because you can do it for live action.
if you're gonna follow somebody,
yeah, man. Because the truth is, you can do it for live action. There's no reason. It's just that their end product happens to be animation.
right?
But the interim project where they're working out the story and everything like that, you could totally do the same thing for live action.
Yeah.
So why wouldn't you?
No
they
reason.
Make amazing movies.
Yeah. Cool. Okay, well, let's not get into any more.
What are you watching on Netflix?
Oh, I just finished Russian Doll
Oh.
with a couple of the. Have you seen it?
No.
A couple of the girls from Orange Is the New Black. Have you seen that show? Okay, so you know the crazy redhead.
Yeah.
She's the main character.
Okay.
And there's a couple others, and I do recognize some of the other actors, but I don't know who they are. But it's cool. Sort of. And the interesting thing about the show is that half-hour episodes, and it's a serious show, so it's weird.
That is interesting.
You know, a lot of comedies are half-hour. Not many
Dramas
are half-hour.
They usually do an hour, but half hour might be good.
Yeah. So in the first episode, she gets hit by a car. She's at a party. She gets hit by a car, and then she returns to
The body.
washing her hands at the party before whatever. So she always, every time she dies, she comes back. She's washing the hands in the sink after going to the bathroom at her party on her birthday. And so, you know, the first time she dies, she's like it's a little bit of weird deja vu. She comes out
So
into
she's
the
a
party
person
and
who
she's
dies
like,
all the time.
yeah, she's like, what's going on? Blah blah blah. The second time she dies, she's like, are you fucking with me? Sort of an idea,
Mm-hmm.
you know. And then the more it happens, then she's like, okay, now I know if I die, I come back. So now I'm trying to figure out what's going on. Blah 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 blah. And then
Cool.
So second episode, third episode.
And those Russian dolls are the doll inside the doll inside
Yeah.
the doll inside the doll inside the doll.
Second episode, I think, or whatever. And she's going about her day, dying, coming back, whatever. She's in this elevator, and the elevator is gonna fall, and all the people are screaming. Rah! And she looks over, and there's a dude, and he's like, and she's like, "Bro, what's the matter with you?" And he's like, I die all the time. Boom, they die.
That
and
is
now
awesome.
and now they gotta try to find each other. It's pretty good.
That
It was
is
a good
pretty
show.
cool.
So it was a cute show. I just finished that, and
I like that it's 30 minutes actually.
yeah, you would like the show.
Yeah.
And then I'm also watching with the boys The Umbrella Academy.
Yeah, I watched the opening to that.
Awesome, right?
Very intriguing.
Now, you're gonna get a little upset when you watch the movie, when you watch the show, because one concept that you have is kind of touched on in this show, but keep watching because I think it's not quite similar to your idea. So
Okay.
so watch it, get upset a little bit, keep watching, you're gonna be fine. I think.
Okay, which episode am I? How deep am I going here?
I mean, you need to watch the whole show. Don't be ridiculous.
Okay.
The show is awesome.
It is. I really like the drug character who wears dresses. Like I feel
Lex
like
loves him.
I feel like he landed his ultimate role.
Let me tell you, there is an episode where something happens to him, and it is going to blow your mind.
Awesome.
Like in his performance is so awesome.
Yeah.
You're just
That
like,
is awesome
he is perfect. He is perfect.
for his role. Yeah.
Now, did you get to the dance sequence in the first
Yeah,
episode?
where everybody dances.
That was cute.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah. So I'm watching The Umbrella Academy.
Very cool.
Yeah, and then I just started watching Archer again, just for funsies.
Okay, there's no new episodes
No,
because I would lose my shit.
no, but I just there's so many seasons and I haven't watched them all, so I just kicked it back off again.
I have watched
And,
every single one.
Every time I'm down here, I think that's how we're gonna get ants. Anyways,
Oh, I love it.
so there's no way you wash these carpets, right?
No.
Okay, high five.
But
There's still blood on the carpets.
but I'm gonna.
Oh, fair
but
enough.
I'm gonna.
All right, everyone. That is it for this. Oh man, we went 42 minutes.
Yeah. There was a chance at one stage. I looked over. There was 27 minutes. We could have wrapped it up, but we carried on babbling.
You asked me. So
I
why?
asked you a question.
Why are you drinking beers? Because we didn't.
Yeah,
You didn't finish that thought. It's because we just had to get the fuck out.
We just had to leave the house. We didn't get to shout, "It's a wrap," and then have a couple of beers and chill out and sort of celebrate the fact
The
that
thing
we
that
had
we did.
wrapped, right? And that's okay. Actually, I feel like at the end of the day, it'll be good for the movie. You know what I mean? Like a crappy wrap and a good edit. I'm kind of hoping for that kind of,
Yeah.
the dualistic way the world kind of works. So I haven't had a beer since then. Tonight was the first beer that I've had. Like I told you yesterday, I looked after the girls. Today I had the girls as well all day, and I haven't been drinking beer.
You know
So
when
this was
I
my
had
first beers.
when I had my first beer after the wrap.
Did you have it right that night?
Yeah.
When you got home?
Yeah.
You
So
see-
here's what happened. I had to go move my brother. So we wrapped at 5:30.
5:30,
Dropped you off here we took a picture. We posted online at like 5:50. I drove to A&W. Got some food. Drove to Toronto. And it started to pour rain. Did it rain here?
Oh yeah.
Holy shit. I couldn't believe it. I almost pulled over a bunch of times because I was
Oh, it was
like,
that hard,
It was
eh?
terrible. Got to Toronto, got into the apartment, crushed a beer, fell asleep on the couch.
That's cool.
Because I was like, I need to get to sleep immediately.
Yeah.
Dad woke me up 2 hours later, and away we went, and fucking moved my brother out of his apartment. So that was good times. Had by no one.
Are you saying I didn't help you?
No. I'm just saying nobody was happy that day.
Oh no.
Everyone was grumpy.
Yeah, everyone was unhappy.
Yeah.
I so wanted to have a scotch.
One of these days, it'll be scotch and cigar time again.
But, oh man, let's do that soon.
When it's not cold.
Or in your garage. Because that does the trick.
Totally. Okay. All right, everyone. We'll see you again in a couple weeks.
All right. Dream big.
Work hard.
Thanks for watching.
First frames first.
Yes. First frames first. Thank you, Jason.
Welcome.
If you enjoyed, head over to our website, www.thefableforest.com. Check out our films and sign up for our newsletter where we will send you exclusive content.
Hit us up on our socials, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, always at The Fable Forest. And share our show with your friends. It'll really help us out a lot.
Dream big.
Work hard.